Hey, how you doing, guys? Hope you're well. Just wanted to quickly talk about something that's been quite controversial as of late. Something that's been popping up quite a bit, and I've seen it a lot on social media. This is getting a lot of attention. For better or for worse, it's generating interest, I guess is the right word. So, essentially, what we're going to be talking about is extract camping. Okay, now before you click off the video, don't worry, I'm not going to sit here bashing extract camping. I'm going to be as objective as possible. So I'm not going to sit here saying, they shouldn't be doing it, all this. I'm not going to do that. I just want to kind of explain why I don't like it, in a way, why I don't think it fits within the game. And only now, September 2020, is this thing really sort of gaining traction. It's really starting to trend, for want of a better word. Extract camping sucks ass. I'm just gonna say it sucks ass, guys. It does. It's a shitty way to play the game. So, reasons why I think extract camping sucks ass: there's no skill involved in extract camping. Sitting at an extract, probably, in an inaccessible place or in a particularly camouflaged area. There's no skill in that. There's no skill whatsoever. It's you just sitting there waiting for somebody to be at their most vulnerable. That is it. A lot of the extracts in Tarkov are out in the open. For example, shoreline, woods, etc. Okay, a lot of the extracts are out in the open. There's a lot of high ground surrounding the extracts. There's a lot of bushes, foliage, trees, rocks, for example, looking on top of tunnel extract on shoreline. Okay, that was the old place, that was the common spot. Anyway, it ruins other people's experience. Okay, so by extract camping, what you're doing is you're ruining other people's enjoyment of the game, not via killing them. Tarkov is Tarkov. You're gonna die. We all die, all day, every day. It's just part of the game. Yeah, it's the way that you're being killed. You're being killed in a cheap way. You're being killed in a way which doesn't feel, I don't know if fair is the right word. It's unsportsmanlike. Now, a lot of people will probably be sitting there thinking, well, so what? It's unsportsmanlike. Like, who cares, right? Who cares that it's not a fair fight? Who cares? It's Tarkov. You do what you can to survive. And yeah, I get all that. I get it. I've seen it all. I've seen everything you can imagine over the last 3 years. I've seen it. But extract camping is the only thing, the only tactic, if you like, which specifically preys on people at their most vulnerable, when they've most likely spent time looting, they've spent time getting kills, they've spent time healing up, doing their best to outplay people, outthink, outsmart, use their own tactics against the AI, against PMCs, scav players. They've done their research on what rooms they're going to hit in the resort, what rooms they're going to hit in dorms, what areas of the map are they going to go to in order to fulfill a specific purpose. Are they completing tasks? Have they got task items? Do they need stuff to be found in raid? Once the wipe hits and we have this outbreak of extract camping, that's going to hit players even harder. People are going to be even more annoyed, even more passionate, frustrated, disappointed, because they're going to have task items. They're going to have things that are found in raid that they need to hand in. They're going to have bronze pocket watch, golden zibbo, nostalgia, for Jaeger, stuff like that. They're going to have tasks that need to be handed in. Getting extract camped and you've just got a few, bits of loot, no big deal. Just a bit of gear, go again. But putting 10, 20, 30 minutes of preparation and planning and skill and situational awareness, you've put all this effort into securing that quest item and you're just about to take it to the extract. You're checking your corners, you're having, you're maintaining situational awareness. You're keeping eyes on potential enemy locations, right? And you get some dude in a tree who shouldn't be able to get into that tree in the first place, or, whatever, an area of the map that should be inaccessible, sitting there with amazing sightline, completely just watches you come from cover to cover. You got a couple of trees to cover you. You got a couple of trees, maybe a rock. Can you turn around and go for another extract? Yeah, possibly. However, that's not always the case. Look at interchange. Power station's been hit, car's gone, no chance. hole in the wall. You need to drop your backpack. You may have quest items that you just spend the last half an hour, trying to find. We all know how RNG is in Tarkov. You never know if you're actually going to get something. So when you do finally get that thing, you got a graphics card, or you've got whatever. It's arbitrary what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It's the principle, right? Like, you're deliberately going out of your way to stop people from enjoying that part, a huge part of the game. Number 3. There's no respect for other players. And you might think to yourself, well, why should I? Why should I respect them? It's the internet. It's a game. It's only a game. I hear that a lot now. I'm seeing that quite a bit. It's only a game. I can do what I want. I'll play the game how I want to play the game. Yeah, of course, you're entitled to do that. You have purchased a game, and you are playing the game within the TOS, within the realms of the game. There's nothing to say that extract camping is against the rules. With Tarkov specifically, there are no rules, right? I get that. You play however you want. But don't be surprised when people are unhappy. Don't be surprised if people are giving you shit about it, because you're going out of your way to ruin someone else's experience. Imagine being at a music festival, enjoying yourself, having a good time, having a couple of drinks. You got that one guy. There's always that one guy, isn't there, who just doesn't give a shit about other people's experience. Do you think that person is celebrated within that community at the music festival? No, of course not. They're going to try and get rid of them, right? Because they are ruining other people's experience by doing something selfish and by not taking into account other people's enjoyment of that event. Talking about respect, this is something that I'm not seeing as much of anymore. Ever since patch 12, the first drops event, that massive marketing spike and that huge awareness for the game, I'm not seeing people respect each other like they used to. Now, this sounds a lot like, oh, back in my day, it used to be different. We used to do this and that. I kind of am saying that in a way. Yeah, back in the day, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, up to patch 10, patch 11, there was a sense of respect. Players respected each other for the most part. You've always got the shitlords, but for the most part, people were really cool. It was like, hey, you're a Tarkov player. That's awesome. Like, you play this really difficult game, which I'm playing too, and we fight in the game, and we have a good fight. And maybe I die, maybe you die, maybe we both die, maybe we traded, and it's like, oh, GG, that was great. It was a good fight. It was a great experience. Oh, you held dorms for so long. You was at dorms for 10 minutes. I couldn't break in, and I had to just push. I had to push. I had no time left, or I was running out of ammo, so I was like, I had to do it. And it's like, GG, man. Yeah, I was trying to get out. I had a quest item on me. I was only trying to, grab the golden Zibbo, and then you pushed me while you came up the stairs, and you got me trapped, and like, that doesn't happen anymore. You go into dorms, and there's somebody already in there. Dorms camper. How dare they get here first? How dare they try and get their task done? Or they heard me coming up those metal stairs. They heard me sprint up the metal stairs and decided to take up a fighter position. How dare they? They should have never done that. No. For example, that's the attitude at the moment. There's no respect. There's no sense of honor, if you will. There's none of that anymore. And it might sound silly. A lot of you might have come from Call of Duty, CSGO, X amount of other shooting games out there, and you may not understand this concept of respecting other players, okay? You might not understand it, and I'm not saying that's your fault. Maybe you just don't come from the same kind of culture that Tarkov has attracted people of that disposition. I don't know. Extract camping is only fun for the person doing it. Nobody else in that whole raid enjoys what that person is doing. It doesn't bring anything to the game. Nobody is moving out to the extract and thinks to themselves, I'm checking my corners, and they think, got a guy, killed the extract camper, killed the guy. Oh, that was great. They really kept me on my toes. They really, that was such a great fight. They really made me check my corners. Nobody thinks that. You just think scumbag, take the tags, extract, and that's if you manage to spot them in their bush. If you don't spot them in their bush or their tree or whatever mounting goat skills they seem to have, then the experience is 10 times worse, right? They've seen you coming. They probably know their ranges because they've got Map Genie on their second monitor, so they know the exact ranges. They know they're zeroing. They're just sitting there, waiting for you to come around the corner, take all your shit. Don't care about you having just spent 45 minutes fighting the scab boss, just about scraping out with your life. They don't care about that. You don't give a shit about that, right? It doesn't matter as long as you get some easy loot. Who cares, right? It's only a game. It takes away that sense of achievement, finally killing another player, finally killing that juicy, slick, ultin, fast MT, whatever. Back in the day, it was fort and fast, or it was fort and kiver, for example, back before we had face hitboxes, but that's a conversation for another day. It takes away that sense of achievement for both sides. So not only the extract camper not feel that sense of achievement because they haven't worked hard to locate that person, track them down, outplay them, outthink them, use their tactics to their advantage. They've sat in a bush for half an hour or however long it takes for the first person to come by, and they've just killed them as they've seen them. And for the person that's been affected by that, they're really looking forward to that 35-40 minutes paying off where they've just cleared the map or they've just had the most epic raid of their life, and they just need to move out to the extract and get some good XP and get those quest items out and all that good stuff. That sense of achievement is taken away from both sides. It takes that tension, it takes away the drama, the skill, and all those things that we enjoy from video games when we're fighting against each other. It takes all that away, for both sides. It's a shame. So why, if you are an extract camper, why might you be getting shit from the community? You might be sitting there thinking, well, it's just a game, who cares? I play how I want. It doesn't matter. I don't, why am I getting shit from the community? Why are people being unkind and saying rude things to me? First of all, you are disrespecting the people that you're playing against, Tarkov players, especially those who've been playing the game for a long time, especially those who try to involve themselves in the development as much as they can, are passionate. A lot of Tarkov players, especially those who've been playing a long time, are incredibly passionate, like die-hard, hardcore fans of the game. Okay? They want the game to be the best it can be. They want it to be the best game in the world. They want it to be so good. And it can be. And it is in a lot of respects. In a lot of ways, Tarkov is the best, the most compelling, addictive, enjoyable first-person shooter experience ever in the world, in my humble opinion. And a lot of people feel the same way, right? So when this absolutely incredible thing that they love to enjoy is being ruined, we'll go back to the analogy at the music festival, okay? When their experience is being ruined and the game is being disrespected and the game is being affected by this play style, people will be vocal. People will tell you, I don't like this. I don't like what you're doing to my favorite game in the world. I don't like what you're doing to the game that I absolutely am addicted to and love playing and play at every opportunity I get. I spend 50 hours a week working hard, to support my family. And a couple of hours a weekend, I get to play this absolutely incredible game. This punishing, but immersive and enjoyable and engaging game. They get to play a few hours a week, whatever. It doesn't matter how long they get to play. But the fact is, the thing that they love, the thing that they enjoy the most on their PC is being ruined. And a lot of people, especially longer term players, don't want to see the game go that way. They don't want to see, they want the game to be as advertised. A hardcore, realistic, first person, online action RPG / simulator with MMO and MMO features and a story driven walkthrough. I'm paraphrasing there, but you get the idea. Escapefromtarkov.com, go check out the official description. It's there, and that's what people want for Tarkov. there's so many games out there that are mediocre at best, okay, that come out every single year. That toxicity is expected to be in these games that are just, this, like Tarkov. We've got Tarkov over here. We don't want that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't want that bullshit in our game, all right, in our community. But it's creeping in, all right, and it's being promoted and it's being celebrated in a way and it's being excused and all this other shit. Okay, that is why people are getting shit for doing this thing. Players may have had a particularly successful, skillful, or a stressful game, or all of the above, right? And the extraction in some cases has been made impossible through no fault of their own. Now, I'm not excusing players who are careless, okay? I'm not excusing players who are not checking their corners. I'm not excusing players for just running at the extract thinking they're safe, okay? You're not safe, you're not out until you're out. You're not out the raid until you've seen that green box come up saying, here's your XP, well done, survived, good job, pat on the back. You're not safe until you see that, okay? 100%. I'm with that idea, okay? However, when you're boosting your friends or boosting your buddies into places that they shouldn't be able to reach, naturally, as experienced players, you're not going to check that. You're not going to check places that are out of bounds. Does that make sense? You're not going to check places. Think of Call of Duty, Battlefield, that sort of thing. You're not going to check out of bounds in case there's an enemy there, because well, this is the edge of the map, or this area of the map is inaccessible. Okay, it's a video game. Places on the map are going to be inaccessible. It's not real life where you can get anywhere within reason. There are certain mechanics in place. There are map boundaries. There are things like that, right? Imagine being somewhere that nobody can access, being somewhere that nobody should be, and getting kills from there. Someone managed to kill you, they can't go up and get your gear, or they can't go up and get your stuff because you're in an inaccessible area, right? And you use your buddy to get up there, or whatever. Now, some of you might say, oh, well, you should have just brought a buddy and do the same thing, but that doesn't make you. That's not the answer. It's like saying, well, there's people cheating at Tarkov, so just get cheats, or there's people buying stuff RMT, real money transactions, so just do that to counter it. That's not the point, is it? That goes against it. That's hypocrisy, or it's not the way. Okay, there's no respect for others. Like we said before, there's no respect for others in this choice of playstyle. You're not respecting your fellow player, right? People used to respect each other for playing Tarkov because it's Tarkov. There used to be that sense of respect. That used to be that sense of, hey, we're all in this together. We're gonna kill each other, but we're gonna enjoy it. Okay, we're gonna kill each other. We're gonna have this like unwritten rule, code of honor, call it whatever you want. There's nothing set in stone to say that you couldn't do this and that. But there was always that sense of honor. Always that sense of fair play, okay? And this goes against that. Now that the game is more popular, more accessible, this level of respect has diminished. Now, I don't know if that's because of a certain demographic gaining access to the game. I don't know if that's because of people coming in from all over different games, like people coming from COD, CSGO, whatever. I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know if it's because like Tarkov's like this, to a lot of people, this new thing that's amazing, and everyone's flooded to it, and are bringing bullshit from other games over. I don't know what it is. I haven't done enough research into that area to understand it properly. But yeah, it's not what Tarkov was, and it's not what I want Tarkov to be. So there's a couple of things that I've noticed the community saying as well. The one that annoys me the most is, well, I've only been extract camped once, so it's not really a problem. No, No, just because you rarely encounter cheaters and people that are using RMT doesn't mean that it's not a problem. Just because it doesn't happen to you doesn't mean it's not a problem. It's a bit like just because you're not affected by poverty doesn't mean that poverty isn't a problem. Or I don't want to get too deep into it on that respect, but I hope you understand my analogy. Just because my car's never been stolen doesn't mean that car theft isn't a problem, or should be, I hope you understand where I'm going with that. Okay? You have to look beyond yourself. You have to look at the bigger picture. You have to look at the game as a whole. You need to see the effect that this mindset has on the game and on the community as a whole. Okay? You have to look past yourself. Just because it's not happening to me doesn't mean that it's not a problem. It is a problem. Okay? The more people that are affected by it, granted, the more riled up, the more frustrated that the community will be because they're being affected by it. But those of us that can see it happening to other people, we are indirectly affected by that because we can see the bigger picture. We can see how it's affecting the community. We can see how it's affecting the player base. Yeah, we can look beyond ourselves. We can look at the game. We understand where we want the game to be, right? You gotta get out of that mindset, guys, really. Number 2, people are saying, just go to a different extract. Just go to a different one. Like I said before, interchange. You have one extract. You have one reliable extract. That is it. Yeah? There needs to be more unconditional extracts. Remove these extracts that are player scav and a PMC. We're not going to see that until VoIP or Karma or something. There's no incentive. There's no... Yeah, sure, I think Fence gives you like a little bonus for extracting, but I mean, if that bonus was worth it, people would use it a lot more. If that bonus was actually worth the risk of trusting a player scav or trying to trust a PMC as a player scav, people would do it. But it's not, which is why people don't. Okay? A lot of the times, if you're being engaged by an extract camper, they're already putting shots on you. When you ambush, and we were trained to do this, back in the day. When you're setting up an ambush, you have what's called a kill box, or a killing area, for example. You wait until the target is within that box, within that area, before springing the trap, before springing the ambush. Okay? That's how you do it. You wait until they're in a particularly vulnerable area, and then you hit them as hard and as fast as you can. Right? And that's exactly what these guys are doing too. They're waiting until you're out in the open with no cover, and then they're just getting as much firepower down range as possible. Okay, so it's not always a case of just being able to turn around and get out of there. If it was that easy to do, there wouldn't be an issue. Okay, people would just turn around and go to a different extract. Again, depends on extract availability, right? Look at Shoreline, for example. Rock Passage isn't always open. CCP Temp is open less and less by the day, it seems. Pier Boat, there's absolutely no way of knowing if that's open or not, apart from standing at the boat. We need more unconditional extracts, okay? That's my plea to the devs. Please, BSG, put more unconditional extracts in the game. Please. Regardless of extract campers, we need that anyway, okay? We need more ways to exit a location. Please put that in. So, moving on to streaming. Why is it shitty to promote this playstyle via your stream? Now, I've got 3 kind of reasons for this. Number 1 goes back to the game. It shows that you do not give a fuck about the game. It shows all of those passionate Tarkov players that you do not give a shit about their passion, their love for the game. You don't care about that, okay? You don't care about other players' experiences, and you're only in it for yourself, okay? So it's selfish, it's closed-minded, it's disrespectful, it's just shitty, right? It's just a shit way to do it. That's it. Okay, you don't care about the game, you don't care about the community, all you care about is yourself. And I don't know if it's the loot that you're into, I don't know if it's the feeling of ruining people's day, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that you guys enjoy about it, but it's obvious that you don't care about the game, you don't care about the direction of development. Okay, it's not cool. Now, from a streaming perspective, and you know, your peers, your fellow streamers might feel the same way. They might feel this about what you're doing. You're performing a controversial action on your stream in order to generate views, marketing, awareness of your channel, your brand, you know, of your presence, whatever you want to call it. You know, you're doing something controversial specifically to get views, to get people in your stream, to get whatever, you know. And this reminds me of things like clickbait, or, for want of a better word, titty streamers. Yeah, you're using something controversial. You're using something. There was a tweet that went out probably a couple of days ago. You know, someone was saying, "Don't come into my stream and say hi, how are you?" I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear somebody coming in and saying hi, how are you? Don't ask me how I am. It's so awkward. I hate small talk and all this shit. You're a fucking streamer. People say hi, how you doing? It's so easy. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Easy. Move on. Okay? We're going off topic slightly, so let's get back on it, right? The reason why I brought that up is because whether they knew it or not, that was a controversial topic designed to get traffic, you know? So, on one hand, people are aware of this person. They might think that they're an asshole, but it doesn't matter, you know? They are aware. People are aware of this person. They've got traction. They've got traffic on their posts, you know? It's a shame. It's like a shameless way. It's like shameless self-promotion. There's no shame. There's no self-respect there. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't get it. You know, just being an asshole for saying asshole things to get attention. I don't get it, man. It's not my way. But that's what it reminds me of. Okay. Number 3. You're specifically doing something that people really vocally do not like. You're doing something that people hate on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. You're purposefully going out your way in order to ruin other people's experiences. You're doing it on purpose. It's not even... You're not struggling for money. You know, you're not... Oh, I'm so bad at the game. I'm really struggling. This is my last resort. I hate to do this. I admit that I'm, you know, being dishonorable. I admit that I'm being this and that. It's not even that. It's like I would almost be more understanding if it was a case of, okay, this guy's just really bad, and they have to do it because they can't get by any other way, and they're not proud of their actions, but they do it because they feel like they need to, or they can't get by in Tarkov because it's so hard and it's so punishing. It isn't even because of that. It's not that. You know? You're specifically going out of your way to piss people off and ruin their fucking experience. And that is why it's shitty. That's why it's not getting respect. It's not... You know, people aren't going to look at you and think, oh, they're such a great person, or they're such a great player. You know, they're ruining the game for everybody and being an asshole. Like, you might have traffic, but it's not people congratulating on how awesome you are or how much you're helping your fellow player. It's shameless, shitty marketing. It's just horrendous. It's horrendous. So, to wrap it up, Okay, I've gone on for long enough. I've gone on for way too long. You know, looking at the clock, I've just spoken for about 40 minutes. Obviously, this video is not 40 minutes long. I would have chopped quite a bit out. But you know, it's, yeah, I just frustrates me. Now, some final thoughts, guys. Just so we can go away from this video thinking about something. Would it be worth BSG implementing something to the extracts? Okay, we already want to see more unconditional extracts, or I do anyway, and I think that might be a popular solution. Bring in more extracts, you're then statistically, like numerically, less likely to encounter this sort of bullshit, right? I think that would be quite a cool solution. Number 2, now this is something that I posted on Twitter: radiation at extracts. So the longer you spend inside an extract or around an extract or whatever, the more irradiated your body becomes, and then obviously that brings its own you know, that brings its own problems anyway, right? You ever played Fallout? Look at the ghouls. Okay, they're irradiated as fuck. Alright, maybe we're gonna get some ghoul looking PMCs rolling around Tarkov in the next couple of years. I don't know, but we've got radiation, we've got toxicity in the game. Okay, we've got the HUD elements anyway in the health tab. Let's put them in. Let's implement it. Irradiate extracts. You know, spend longer than 2 minutes in an extract, you rads are gonna start going up. You know, I don't know. It's just a thought. Let me know what you guys think, okay? This is a controversial topic. I spent a lot of it going, rah, 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 you know, machine gun fire in my mind at you, okay? I completely get that. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me, are we on the ball? Are we off? Do you think that it's a legit tactic? Or do you think that it's shit to do? You know, I wanted to speak about this to get it off of my mind, to get it off of my chest, and also to get you guys involved. And I want to know what you think. If I'm wrong, guys, you know, tell me. I always say this in the stream: if I'm wrong, tell me. But tell me why. Tell me why you think I am wrong. Okay. But that's it for now. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up there before I just carry on speaking all day. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for chilling out and listening and hanging out with us. I hope I haven't upset anybody. I hope it didn't get personal. I just really feel like it's something that needs to be spoken about, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what you guys think. All right, so take care of yourself. Good luck in your raids. Really appreciate you hanging out with us, and I'll see you on the next video or the stream, right? Whichever comes first. So take care of yourself, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later on. Take care. Good night.